welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you this nice little laptop I've managed to obtain from a friend. This is an IBM ThinkPad. As you can probably see just about there. Hang on, let me focus it up. This is a 2004 model, so it's running Windows XP, and it's quite fast for its age as well. It's only had the one operating system installed, which is the one it was soft loaded with. So we're going to just go through a boot process on it, and let me just open it up. The first things I'm going to show you is the basics of this system. So we're going to have a look. So we have a 1024 by 768 resolution display. We've got the activity LEDs down here, in the bottom there. There's also some for the battery and sleep status on the back of the monitor. We have ThinkPad logo here, some missing keys, so for example the Z and the B key are missing. We don't have an official trackpad on this unit. Instead we have this little rubber one instead, which I find quite a very nice little feature. I find it a lot easier to use on that little rubber tracking stick than the conventional trackpads, especially when you're a lazy person like I am. Up here we have the escape key, we have the IBM access button. I'll have to focus this camera a little better for you guys, bear with me while I do that. So I'm actually going to have to focus it one-handed, which I haven't done before. I've always used two hands. Anyway, but we have the IBM access button, which is not doing much to focus. There we go. Access IBM. We also have volume mute, volume up, volume down, and the power button is here. That's pretty much about it, except for the rest of the keyboard. Nothing much up there. For I/O, I'm just going to have to disconnect the Ethernet cable for a moment. That's what I've been running this off of, so I'm going to just have a little view around the system. It's got metal tabs, which are a lot better. So, for the actual system itself, let's show you this next bit. This is the cool stuff, because it's actually quite a thick laptop, you can stand it up. But there's the battery and sleep LEDs that I was talking about a second ago. And moving along to the sides, we have nothing at the very front, but we have an optical drive here. We have a VGA connector here for monitors and projectors. As you can see, once it focuses, a little screw hole for the screen there. Moving around to the back, there's nothing other than your charger in and your printer. And then moving even further around, we have the more interesting side of the laptop. So we have over here we have two USB ports. Then we have our what's it called? Oh yeah, dial-up and Ethernet connections. This is not gigabit, it's not that new. We have audio and microphone in and out. Well, audio out, microphone in. A vent here for the cooling system, and an adapter for wireless cards. This does not have built-in wireless, it didn't have that option. And then going up to the front, turning it upside down so you can see this, we have speakers. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up to the internet, and I'm going to boot it up. So allow me to just plug the Ethernet back in, and open it up single-handedly, which is ever so slightly difficult when it's got a solid hinge to it. There. And let's get something for you guys to stand on, and let's watch the boot. So let's just get you guys onto a nice little stand here. It's got 768 megs of RAM as well. I forgot to mention that bit, didn't I? It's got a hidden 512 meg somewhere, and then the other 256 inside it is the main one in the bottom. We're going to just start it up. Activity LEDs come alive. We have diagnostics. It's running an Intel Pentium M processor, which back in its day was quite big. And there you go. There's the old Windows XP boot screen. Back in its day, of course, very, very high tech. So we're just going to wait for this to log in. Well, wait for it to boot up. see down the bottom corner, copyright Microsoft Corporation. So it's still just going through its boot, which is a little bit slow, but still it's an old laptop and it's only had the one install of Windows. Looks like it's about to go in. There we go. Doesn't take too long whatsoever to actually get into the main OS, as you can see. And we're in. So now that it's actually fired up, we're just going to wait for it to log us in, and we shall begin with the fun stuff, which is trying to get this thing to connect to the internet, which should be easy enough since I've already adjusted the settings and charged the battery. Previous owner didn't really use this much after they got a new laptop. It's been left on the shelf a while, so you can imagine it took a while to charge the battery. But we have about 88, 87, 88% on this thing, so we should have more than enough to be able to do this video. So what we're going to do is wait for it to finish logging us in. It's a little bit iffy, but well, it does have its bugs, but it's still pretty darn quick when it gets going. Unless it wants to prove me wrong in a video. I don't know. It'll take some time. We'll just wait for that to come up. Take its time ever so slowly loading for some reason. Very slow. Still accessing the hard drive a fair bit. I'll show you the LEDs down there. The one you'll see that'll blink green every now and again will be the Chrome activity. Doesn't seem to be doing it as much now, so it must have loaded the OS into the RAM already. There you go, look. A little bit of a nice little flash there. You have hard drive power, and I believe it's either caps lock or number lock or something like that. Something along those lines. So we're just going to wait for this to boot now. Since it's misbehaving in a video. Doesn't seem to be liking this much. But still takes slightly longer than my mum's. Well, it's still taking a little less time than mum's old laptop used to do. That thing was slow. So yeah, there we go. We finally got the desktop and things like that. As you can see, I've been going on a bit of a RAM Redner clean-up because it was kind of a very, very heavily built laptop. It's still not got much space on it. I'm probably going to put a fresh install of Windows XP on once I can get a full thing of it, so I'm going to update Shockwave for the heck of it. Anyways, going down, let's have a look here at the specs, so bear with me. It's taking some time for some reason. Let me just click on the start menu. I don't know why it's taking so long, but it just seems to be taking a lot longer than it used to. So we'll just get that ready. So we'll just wait a moment. I'll move it a little bit further back so you can see this a little better. I've already been doing stuff like playing solitaire to get myself used to the actual trackpad stick and stuff like that. So let's have a look here. Go to properties. Working on it like a pro. Google Chrome, I had it before. It was really buggy on Windows XP. Let's have a look here. So we have a Pentium processor, clock speed of 1.6 GHz, with a 598 MHz front side bus and 760 megs of RAM. And the operating system is manufactured and supported by IBM. Very nice. If we have a look at my computer, we can see here that the hard drive has 17.3 gigs out of 15.4, so it's a formatted 60 gig hard drive, IDE, of course. But anyways, it's all well and good. We've got 78% battery, so we're alright. We're alright for power, I think. Where's my mouse gone? Ah, there it is. So let's go to Internet Explorer. Let's load up the internet. As you can see, it's just taking its time for some reason. Let's put it this way, it's a lot faster than the ones that we have in our school. Some of the old computers that we have in our school that should have been running Windows 2000 really weren't ready for the upgrade for Windows XP. So they run ridiculously slow, and well, We always call them trash piles. So as you can see, we're getting a little bit further in. It's just loading Google, as you can see. Because it's not gigabit Ethernet, it's not very fast. It's just not going to be fast if it's not gigabit. But it's still pretty good. Excuse me. Should do this nicely. As you can see, it can even go onto its own site. IBM's still going quite happily, even though you don't hear much about them, or much of them at all. The laptop's just initiated the cooling sequence. I'm going to see if it's... Oh, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to see if it's blasting enough air out to actually cool itself. Yes, it is. And that's good. When I first got this laptop, the fans were clogged up to high heck and they weren't even moving. But to say that it's actually cooling itself down is now pretty damn good. So, let's have a look here at the site itself. Spark download would be alright. But yeah, this is an old 2004 IBM ThinkPad. Like it? Please leave a comment and, please subscribe, rate, and leave a comment in the description saying if you have any experiences with these systems and what experiences you've had, because I believe these laptops are rather rigidly built, and from what I've been told, and also the service history of this laptop itself, it has had no replacement parts other than the cooling fan, and that's about it. I've already done a bit of a clean up on it, so you know it's 3 more space, defragment the hard disk. And it's still got a load of programs I don't need, but most of them are IBM, so I'm going to leave them on anyway. So we're going to take a look now at the disks and stuff like that, so let's just wait for this to reload. Like I say, it's still got its original operating system on it, so it's going to be a little bit slow. So let's have a look here. Analyse the disk and then see if it's worth a defrag. I did do this, but I didn't fully completely defrag, I don't think. I'm not sure. I was doing a battery recondition, because you can recondition the batteries on these as well, and it just helps to increase the capacity of the battery once it starts to lose it. This one seems quite healthy. As you can see, there's already a small amount of fragmentation on there. Or as I nickname it, frag. There we go. Nope. Wait, there's a lot of fragmentation. So I'm going to click defrag, and I'm going to defrag this system. And let that do what it's doing, and I'm going to show you and I'm also going to show you a very, very nifty little feature as well. If I press function page up, so if I was to press and hold function page up, I'm going to have to do this with 2 hands, so bear with me while I put the mic down. You can't see it on camera just yet, but this is a really nice little feature that IBM really did think about, and that's at the top of the screen where there's that orange glow here. And that's actually a light that shines down onto your keyboard. I'll show you that now. Just let me switch off my main light. And as you can see, that orange glow is actually the light from that keyboard light. It's in the top of the screen, it's in here. There you go. You can probably see that rather well. Anyways, with these laptops you can either like them or lump them. I believe these are really rigidly built systems. This one I've had no qualms with since I got it earlier today. Well, earlier yesterday. It's a very solid laptop with hardly any flex whatsoever in the screen or anything like that. And the brackets, there's no wobble, well, there's little to no wobble to them whatsoever. Yeah, a few keys have popped out, but the owners admitted to saying that it was their own fault. They did drop this laptop, so also say it's been dropped is kind of cool, because it's actually working just as good as it ever would have. So I'm going to install those updates as well, because it will need the last of the Windows XP updates it'll ever get in its life. Probably never was updated that much, because the person who ran this laptop basically just used it as an everyday use sort of thing. My system's an everyday use sort of thing, but I do maintain it like I'd maintain any other computer. And this one's going to be treated no differently to how I treat all my other systems, which is very well kept, nice and clean. I'm going to make sure that everything is healthy with them, and since this is running AVG, I might as well just allow it to do whatever it needs to do, which probably would be an update or a complete reinstallation. Laptop hasn't been used in a while, so the antivirus will be out of date. But anyways, thank you very much for watching, and like I said not 10 minutes ago, please subscribe, rate and comment, and I will see you again in another video, probably including this.